Stubs, we are back, and today I'm going to give you the best tutorial on how to use flipping to make tons and tons of stubs in MLB The Show 25. Now, I'm going to be real with you. I'm not doing this method right now because there's better methods out there. I've made 1 million stubs so far by investing and by doing other strategic methods in the Discord and linked down below. We got 3,500 people in there. We got a bunch of members doing these methods, so please help support the channel. Go check that out in the description. But flipping, how do you do flipping to make tons and tons of stubs? We're going to have a tutorial on it right now, and we're also going to talk about the future. Because right now, look at the margins. What are margins? Well, first off, very, very basic. Listen closely. This is how you do a flip, right? You look at their sell order. Somebody is willing to buy this card right now for $21,284. So if I wanted him, I would have to outbid him by one stub. $21,285, wham bam, the buy order's in. Somebody's willing to sell him right now. I could buy him right now. Somebody has him up to sell for $24,998. If I was to sell him back, if I wanted to sell him and outbid this guy for selling, I would try selling him for one stub less. So you can see there's a 10% tax, meaning if I sold him right now for this price and somebody bought him, you're making $22,400, not $25,000. Look at the difference. So what you want to do to flip, you look at the difference between the value after 10% tax when you sell and the current highest bid. So if I buy this guy for $21,289, okay, what can I get if I sell him for this current price? I can get $22,409. So I can make 1,000 stubs in theory if I did that flip. But there's a couple things that you want to be aware of. How do you find the guys to flip? How do you know whether or not it's going to work out? And how do you stay as the highest bidder? The main piece of advice, my controller is across the room, but I had to go pick it up. The main piece of advice I have, get the companion app, the show companion app on the App Store, and pull up whatever you're trying to flip. For instance, Christian Campbell. Let's take a look. What you want to do, I have him pulled up, and I go to the completed orders tab. Why is that important? I want to know how often this guy's getting bought, how often he's getting sold. If I buy him for $21,301, and I try selling him for $24,997, but this guy's only getting bought or sold every 20 minutes, bro, ain't nobody buying him then. And then I'm stuck with him. And people are going to drive the price down because they're going to outbid me. So I want cards that are moving, and so do you. So looking at this guy right here, we have 1, 2, what you want to see is you want to see that with every minute you have multiple orders. And we have that right here. So this card is actually pretty fast moving. So for the sake of the video, I will go ahead and show you what if I was to attempt this flip, which is a terrible idea because the margins, look, are instantly. I told you, this card is moving. He is hot like butter on a cast iron skillet with the flame over a campfire. So you can see, I bought him, I put in the sell order, and currently I'm the highest person trying to sell this card right here. Now, you can see what I'm doing. I'm refreshing a little bit. Now, in theory, why am I refreshing? Well, I want to make sure that nobody undercuts me like that. You mean person. Gotta stay monetized. So you can see, you cancel your order and then you put him in and you outbid. But now you're in an outbidding war, and that's why I don't like flipping. I don't like it. But you do multiple of these at once. You have a high amount of stubs, and you can target some of these guys that are more pricey. You find guys with good margins. We'll talk about how to do that in a second here. But I wouldn't only be staying on that card. Let's say, all right, I buy Hank Aaron for 15,301 stubs. You could, in theory, sell him back for 17,280. Now take a look. That's only a 200 stub profit. That is actually garbanzo, especially for the amount of stubs that it would take me to buy. I'm going to end up losing stubs in that scenario. So I'm not a huge. You got to know, are the margins good on this card that I'm buying? Best thing I recommend. Really, you'll find okay, no. I thought we just got cooked. And there it is. Christian Campbell. Sold. Let's go to the completed orders. You can see we got 22,482 in the top right. So I just made 1,100 stubs. And that only took me about a minute or two. Multiply that by, 30 minutes of flipping. You definitely can make 30,000 stubs an hour quite easily by doing flipping. But you can also make 30K an hour doing some of the other stub making methods. I'm dropping a video soon with the 3 best stub making methods in MLB The Show right now. So make sure you have on notifications and all those good things. Margins right now, guys, are not good. So I'm going to be completely honest. This is a tutorial for the future. And especially when we get into equipment and sponsorships here in stadiums in this video, that'll be very good information for every single one of you. But right now, we're just covering the basics. And the basics for this, right now, there's a lot of guys where flipping is not good. Like, why would I pay 60,000 stubs for Tatis? This is why you would not flip him. You would not flip Tatis because you lose stubs. You lose stubs. So the margins are tight. There's not many cards that might have good margins. But there is going to be a lot of diamonds in the rough potentially. And usually they'll be of the same set. Obviously, there's no sets in season, so I mean, I like calling things sets. But what I meant to say was the same series. So usually cards of a certain series are moving. Cards of a certain overall are moving. Cards of a certain, whatever. You guys get the point. So if I go ahead and pull a Vlad, like right here, is this a good margin? Maybe the contributor series guys or the last ride guys, maybe they have good margins. You can see right here, that's not great. You're making 200 stubs per flip right there. Now, I would go obviously check how fast are they moving, but that's not the amount of stubs that I'm looking to make. I'm looking to make a bit higher amount. Tight margins on all of these guys. So, all right, Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler has some good margins here. 25, 3, 6, 6. You could profit, again, 1,000 stubs if everything goes well. Now, if Zach Wheeler is not moving fast, then you wouldn't go ahead and pull this flip. Let's see. Zach Wheeler is getting bought or sold about, a couple times every minute. So I do think Zach Wheeler is not a bad potential flip opportunity to make another 1,000 stubs on top of what we already did. You can also do this with lower overalls. People that are demons that sleep underneath your bed at night. They sleep in your closet and go in the game when you're not even looking. They flip commons. People put in buy orders for you can flip commons. Look at this. Look at this. You could buy this guy for 5 stubs and sell him for 16. You could double your stubs, but you have to do it 10 million times. And I don't use an auto clicker, so there is no way I'm flipping these guys. But you can see the lower overall you go, the more margins you can get. Like the margins on this guy, like think about the return on investment in terms of percent. You're making 80 stubs profit on a 140 stubs buy-in. So that's like 60% return on investment if you flip this guy, Marco Rhea. So definitely flipping some of these commons or bronzes, like you will get good ROIs. It's just very, very, very tedious. I don't recommend it. Now, equipment, sponsorships, stadiums, unlockables, things get tricky. Now, right now, the equipment market is cooked because of some glitches in road to the show, and they haven't been patched. So the market is only going to get worse, I think. Or maybe it's already at its lowest. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask some of the people that have been doing this glitch for the last week and a half without stopping if the prices keep dropping. But equipment flipping might not be good right now, but it always ends up being pretty good if we don't have a glitch or if the glitch gets patched. What we'll see is that at nighttime, what you'll do, you'll find every card that has a good margin. For instance, this margin's not great, but it's not bad. Like if I was to go ahead and sell this for 19,000 stubs, I'm making 2,000 stub profit. That's actually a pretty good flip right here. The problem is, Diamond Kinetic Bat Sensor. I can't believe I'm about to do this. I'm going to type this in onto my app, and this thing is getting bought or sold about once every 10 minutes. This is bought or sold. So you are going to get outbid. You are going to be in the paint, and the price, the rug will get pulled. This thing is going to be like a Bitcoin. Not a Bitcoin. What is it? NFT? The rug is getting pulled, bro. This thing's going straight down to zero. So but to avoid that, what you can do, you put in a buy order on every card with a good margin before you go to bed. You wake up. Anything that didn't go through, you cancel instantly. Anything that did go through, you put in a sell order. You check what the sell order price is. You put in the sell order, and you wait. Any sell orders that haven't went through, you put in another sell order. You cancel it, and put in another sell order the next night. And then you put in more buy, and you rinse and repeat that method over and over and over again until everything is sold. And you should be making a decent, 1,000 stub profit every single time, as long as the prices aren't actually, unless they're Great Depression level prices. So this is a very, very good stub making method on equipment, on sponsorships, on stadiums, all that good stuff. But I probably wouldn't do it right now. I would stay away from some of this stuff right now. Unlockables, look at the margins we're seeing on this thing. Do I really have to look this up? I'm going to do it. Duck Quacks. Who wants this? It sounds pretty cocky, actually. Yeah, this thing right here is bought or sold once every 3 hours. That is brutal. Nobody wants the duck quack. I mean, I don't blame them. But you can see, like, you don't want to be flipping cards that don't move as fast as anything else. So that's basically a good overview of flipping. Now you guys should be equipped to be able to kind of analyze the market yourself. Again, flipping the player cards is the easiest, but the margins will probably be narrowest. You know, if you're putting in a lot of stubs, right now we see very tight margins. But the market conditions can change, which can make this method very, very good. Right now, I don't think flipping is as good as some of the other big boy methods. I wouldn't be flipping myself. I'm not. I wouldn't touch equipment. I wouldn't touch any of the other methods we just discussed. But now they're in your back pocket for later in this game's life. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you got any questions. Peace.